Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, Sash Reads, and this is my last unhaul for 2023. So, this is a Bookmas video. I don't know if I'm actually doing Bookmas just yet, because this is the third video I filmed and I'm just very unprepared. It's also 11 o'clock at night, so I'm in my Christmas pajamas. I've got my kids' Christmas hairband on. Anyway, so this came about when I think Crystal, Erin, Paige, Ash and others did like a live unhaul, and they had all these prompts sent in by the viewers, and I got them to send me these prompts so that I could do my own unhaul. So I've already gone through them, so I'm going to tell you the prompt and then what I chose for the prompt. I have chosen some prompts I've chosen my multiple books for. So yeah, like I said, it is 11 o'clock at night. So let's get into it. This first prompt was Lora's own contemporary that I haven't read yet. And I think that's going to be I Give You the Sun by Jendy Nelson. This is one I'm pretty sure I bought when I first started my Bookstagram back in 2016. That was a very long time ago. So this is a YA contemporary. I'm not a big YA contemporary fan unless it's queer. From what I'm aware, this is not. But if you think I should keep it, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Next was most anticipated book from 2 years ago you haven't read yet. I have a couple for these. All of them I still really want to read. So I'm not going to unhaul them just yet. I'm going to give you the opportunity to maybe choose one of them that you think I should get rid of, because they're all books that I really do want to read. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So we all know what that struggle is. First of all, we've got A Dark and Sour Forest by Sarah Hollowell. I don't want to get rid of this because we have a fat person on the cover, and I think that's amazing representation. I've heard this is also queer. So it's something that I really don't want to get rid of, but it is a book that I pre-ordered 2 years ago. Another pre-order here, we've got Some Girls Do. It is a YA queer contemporary. It is also a hardcover. So not something I really want to give up just yet. Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This is the prequel to The Hate U Give about Star's father. I don't believe I pre-ordered this, but it's still something that I do want to read. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Another one is This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron. This was on my 23 to read in 2023. I have a feeling now, because I haven't actually read it, I should probably get rid of it. But I don't know. Please help me, please. Last one from the most anticipated from 2 years ago, a book I pre-ordered, On the Record by Cameron Garrett. I actually started this book back in February of this year for Blackathon, and I never finished it. I've got a black fat main character, and so I don't really want to get rid of it. But because I haven't picked up again since February, even though I think I got like 50% of the way into it, I don't know. Please help me. I don't want to get rid of any of these books, to be quite honest with you. The next prompt was a book that you just shouldn't have bought in the first place, and I'm going to go with Glow by Raven Kennedy. I haven't read any books by Raven Kennedy. This was the first book I got. This is book 4, and it's a large paperback, and they just aren't around anymore. Plus, it doesn't match the rest of the books. Like, it's white where the others are black. I just shouldn't have bought it. It was on Amazon for like $4. So that's why I bought it. I just shouldn't have. So I will be getting rid of this one. Next one was a book fair, or like an op shop book, or a book you got from someone else's unhaul. I'm going to go with Dry by Neil Schusterman and Jared Schusterman. To be honest, I actually can't remember when I got this. I do know I don't think I bought it full price though, because a lot of my books I don't really buy full price. Because I haven't read the rest of the Scythe trilogy, Arc of the Scythe I think it's called. And look, this one doesn't really interest me, so yeah, I'm getting rid of it. The next prompt was a book you feel guilty having around, but also like a guilty / unsolicited ARC. A ARC that look, I don't know if this was really an ARC, but it's one I have guilty lying around because it was gifted to me by this read-along company. I can't remember what it's called now. And I just never finished it. I have tried reading this book twice now. So this is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. If you're not watching, and you're only listening, I've tried reading it twice now. I just never got into it. So I'm going to get rid of it. I believe Jan from Jan Agaton have tried it twice or 3 times now, listening to the audio and physically reading. And she's like, I'm just going to unhaul it. And I'm like, that just makes me feel better about unhauling this book. Next prompt was a book that has the same number of letters in the title of the book that is in your name. Sasha has 5 letters. Brave has 5 letters. So this is Brave by Rose McGowan. I read this in January of this year and I enjoyed it. It's her memoir. It was very eye-opening, and yeah, I'm never going to read it again, but I'm glad I finally got a physical book off my TBR. The next prompt was the oldest book on your TBR, and I'm going to go with Ruined by Amy Tinterer. I think I got this back at the same time as the Jandy Nelson. Looking at the prompt now, I don't know if it's oldest as in like being published the longest, or the oldest as in longest I've had it. Either way, I don't want to read this book, so I'm going to get rid of it. The next prompt is unhaul a box set you don't want, and I have the Dark Tower box set by Stephen King. I bought this for my mum for a Christmas present when the movie came out, and then she kind of gave it to me when she was moving, whatever. I don't know, I can't remember. She kind of like unhauls her books to me, so it's like she's not actually getting rid of them. But I don't want this in my life, don't want it on my shelves, so I'm going to get rid of this perfectly good box set. I don't think mum has even finished this, but I am not mad that she's kind of given it back to me, because I have done the same, not to her, but I'm pretty sure I've done the same to other people. The next prompt was unhaul a book you bought solely for the cover, and I'm going to be unhauling The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I'm pretty sure I got this when the movie came out, but I didn't want the movie cover, so I got the normal cover. Like I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of YA contemporary anymore, so I'm going to get rid of this book because I believe it is YA contemporary. I think it's about this girl who can't leave her house for some reason and then ends up I can't remember. It's gone. The next prompt was unhaul a series, and I'm going to be getting rid of the Brent Weeks, the Lightbringer series. This is books 1, 2, and 4. Book 3 is up there holding some Christmas lights up, so I'm going to have to get rid of it soon. This is also one of the oldest books I've had on my TBR. I bought this because I was reading, is it Peruse Pages? Is her name Regan? I don't know. When I first started watching BookTube back in 2016, she was like raving about this book, but I wasn't a big adult high fantasy girly at the time. I'm still not really, to be quite honest. And I ended up just picking up random books from the book, like op shops and stuff, and I'm never going to read them, so I'm going to get rid of them. The next prompt was water on the cover, and I'm going to be getting rid of Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I did really enjoy this book. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 stars. I read it for plus size readathon, I believe, this year, because the love interest is a fat male, which is really exciting to see. And we had some great depression rap. So maybe, maybe I'll get rid of, or is it already in this pile? I'm pretty sure this pile also has Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. So maybe I'll get rid of that and keep this one, because I feel really weird about getting rid of this one. The next prompt was a book you have multiple copies of, and I'm going to be getting rid of Katie Roberts' The Demon's Bargain. I know what you might be saying. Sasha, you love Katie Robert. You love this book. You love Ramanu. What are you doing? This is the 3rd copy I have of this book. I have the Bonkers Romance special edition of the book, and I also have this cover, but in like a larger style that matches the 2 other books I have in the series. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this one, not because I don't like it, but because I really don't need 3 copies of the same cover at least. The next prompt was unhaul a book with no people on the cover, and I'm going to get rid of 2 Caroline Overington books, The Lucky One and The One Who Got Away. I have read this one. I have not read this one. They've been on my shelf for a very long time. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of them. I've been quite ruthless, I feel like, this time around. So yes, getting rid of 2 thrillers. One I have read, one I haven't read. but I probably will never read again. The next prompt was unhaul a book you got for a video idea but haven't filmed that video yet. And I'm going to be getting rid of Tandem by Anna Jarzab. This was for a video idea where I was going to read books about Sasha or by an author called Sasha. Kind of like how Kayla did her Kayla vlog. This is a YA, I think it's like a dystopian, and the main character's name is Sasha. And I haven't gotten around to it yet, and I could probably always find this book on Libby or something if I really want to read it, but I don't really feel like reading it just at this moment, so I'm gonna probably get it back from the op shop again if I really need to. The next prompt is unhaul an unfinished series. While I was doing that, my husband came in and I was like looking at my shelves. I'm like, I don't know what to unhaul, and he saw these books on the shelf and he said, why don't you get rid of them? And I'm like, yeah, look, I'm probably never going to read them, so you're probably right. I then looked online and saw that the series was finished, but I'm still not going to read them, so I'm going to unhaul them anyway. And that is Terry Goodkind's Sisters of Darkness series. So we've got Death's Mistress and we've got Shroud of Eternity. Now, I got these because Terry Goodkind was Kale's favorite author growing up, and he had like all the books in the Sword of Truth series. Is it Sword of Truth? I can't remember. Anyway, this is like a spin-off sequel series about Nikki, but I have not gotten to them, and plus they're different sizes, and yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna get rid of them because I'm not gonna read them, even though the covers are pretty. A book that actually fits the prompt is The Polar Bears Explorers Club by Alex Bell. There is at the moment 5 books out in the series. Goodreads has a synopsis and cover for the 6th book, but it hasn't been published yet. I will probably never read this again. I think it's a really cute middle grade, but it's just something I don't need on my shelves. I'm pretty sure I listened to the audiobook anyway. And my kids just aren't at that middle grade reading yet. So if they do get into reading, I will get this for them from the library possibly. But just right now, don't need it on my shelves. I'm trying to clear out space anyway. So it's gone. Now this next prompt was a book you were disappointed by, and I'm going to go with The Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Belleza. I read this for Jan's Full Moon Book readathon, I think, back in August, and I just was very uninterested in it. The cover looks amazing, but yeah. Every book I read, I want it to be 5 stars, but this just was not it, and yeah, I probably won't pick up the sequel, and yeah, I just don't need this in my life. The next prompt is unhaul a blue book. I have 2 because I'm an overachiever. I've got Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, which is a queer YA reimagining of Greece, and I've also got With Love from Wish & Co by Minnie Dark, which I was gifted by the same people who gifted me the Her Majesty's Royal Coven. And because this is like a book about gift giving, I thought I could like gift this to someone else. You picking up what I put down? 2 blue books that I have read and I'm now clearing out. This next prompt was a fun prompt, and this is unhaul a book with a half-naked man on the cover. I was looking at some of them and I'm like, I don't really have any half-naked men. And then I went over to my historical romances, and I'm going to get rid of Promise Splendor by Connie Mason, because look at that half-naked man. I don't know why I even picked this up. It's gone. It's bye. Bye-bye. Bye, 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 bye. Book from an author you don't support anymore. Donna Tartt's The Secret History. I can't remember why I don't support this author. All I know is that somebody said something in the Discord and I'm just not gonna do it. I think maybe the Goldfinch. Something was wrong with Goldfinch, but that's okay. Like, this is a thick girly. I'm not really interested, and like this cover is like ugly too. A book with a blurb from your favorite author. I do have them right here. Truth Witch and Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. I have only read these 2. I've never gotten around to picking up the rest of the series. I don't think I ever will. But on the back, they were blurbed by Robin Hobb, Sarah J. Maas, and Maria V. Snyder. If you can guess who my favorite author is out of those 3, It's Marie Visa. No, I'm joking. It's Sarah J. Maas. Robin Hobb is also a really great author too. And when I was looking for a book blurbed by somebody, I saw Robin Hobb up here, and I'm like, I need to get rid of these anyway. And then I saw on the back that they are blurbed by Miss Maas, the mastermind herself. Pun! Look, it's 11:30 p.m, okay? I'm delirious. The next prompt was a book you think is better off being out and read in the community than on your shelf. I've got two for this. One is The Hate Race by Maxine Beneba Clark. I think this is a really good book to read, especially about growing up in 80s and how like eye-opening racism was. Yeah, about growing up black and white middle class Australia. I'm very privileged living here in Australia. I'm a very white privileged girl. I completely acknowledge that. So reading this was very eye-opening. So I want to take this out and put it in a little free library or something, just so in the hopes of someone else picking this up and reading it and getting their eyes opened as well. Another one is, I'm not quite sure. This is a very I think it's split the bookish community in half, but it's My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This focuses on a high school girl getting groomed basically by her teacher, and not really realizing that she was groomed until she's like in her 30s. And it's going back and looking at all the situations. It's very hard hitting, and it's very uncomfortable. That is the word. Uncomfortable. Hopefully whoever does pick this up like looks at the trigger warnings, because I don't want someone to pick this up that will not take care of themselves if something happened. So yeah, hopefully. But I also like, if something has happened to someone but hasn't acknowledged it yet, reading this might open their eyes, if that makes sense. I don't know. The next prompt is a hardcover. I am going to go with Almost Midnight by Rainbow Rowell. This is such a tiny, teensy-wincy book, but I got this back in 2017, I think. I've never read it, and I'm not really a fan of Rainbow Rowell anymore. So this could also go for the prompt was a book by an author you didn't like previously, or a book by an author you don't support anymore. The next prompt was a book you got because of BookTube. I'm going to go with The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ardier. I got this, I think this is one of the first books I unboxed when I started this channel back in 2018, I think. I really enjoyed it, but I don't know, it's just been sitting on my shelf. I'm never going to reread it. I might read the sequel. I do want to read more by this author because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I need to clear my shelves out. So I'm getting rid of books that I just am, okay? You can't tell me what to do. The next prompt was a book with a miscommunication trope. This motherfucker. This book annoyed me so much. Anyway, this actually, I'm pretty sure these two came in the same unboxing. So they came in at the same time and they're leaving at the same time. I hope the person who gets them at the same time too. So they're like little siblings that go along to the next family. The next prompt was a book by an author who has passed, and I'm going to be getting rid of Keeper of the Heart by Joanna Lindsay. I have 2 copies of this book, and I'm going to get rid of the boring cover because the other cover I have has a very beautiful Fabio. So there we go, getting rid of that one. The next prompt was a book that we DNF'd, and I'm going to be getting rid of The Black Kids by Christina Hammond Reid. I'm pretty sure I had like an hour left of the audio, but I just didn't want to pick it up again. I did not care about what was happening. It was very slow. It was very annoying that they kept going into flashbacks. And yeah, the cover is beautiful. It is so beautiful, and I really wish that I liked this book. I just couldn't. There's Into the Water for the water prompt. A book that we'll never get to, The Lies of Lochmora by Scott Lynch. I think I grabbed this because Kaz from the Little Book House was doing a read-along or something, but I never got around to it. This is a really pretty cover though. Let me know if you think I should keep it, because I'm not quite sure about it yet. But like, I just know I'll never get to it, but I keep keeping it because it's a pretty cover. A book I bought because of the hype, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Everyone loves Erin Morgenstern. Everyone's The Night Circus. I still haven't read The Night Circus yet. Abby, don't come for me. It's just, I'm not feeling called to this book, and I just don't think I ever will. So yeah, I bought it because of the hype. I'm getting rid of it because I don't need it. a book that I don't know anything about, The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. I'm not going to look at the back, but I think it's like a competition between two magicians, maybe. I don't know. But I think it's got Russian aspects to it. And I think that's why I have it, but I can't tell you. And I just need to get rid of it anyway. Have I missed some? Because I've got lots of books still down here. Another book I won't get to is The Sudden Appearance of Hope by Claire North. I'm pretty sure this was another booktuber recommendation from 2016. It's giving me Addie LaRue vibes because like no one remembers her. A book that was gifted, I'm going to be getting rid of A Sprinkle of Sorcery because I also DNF'd this book earlier this year. And I feel bad about getting rid of it, but because it's a prompt that I was gifted it, I don't mind. I think this was, fingers crossed, a random act of kindness, like one of those trains that you can participate in on Instagram or Facebook. So hopefully the person does not watch these videos. This was gifted to me a very long time ago, so I hope they do not mind. But yeah, DNFing it. I DNF'd it, so I really don't want to keep the negativity in my life. The next one was Cover with the Same Colors You Are Wearing. I'm wearing Christmas clothes. So first of all of this is true by Ligia de Penaflor. It's red. It's just been staring at me saying, you're never going to read me, why do you have me? And then I've got Christmas Unwrapped by a bunch of different authors. It's just like a cute little, it's probably not cute, it's probably quite steamy just from that cover. But yeah, I thought Christmas. Oh, and then the last prompt is letters of your first name somewhere on the front cover. I am going to be getting rid of, I thought this was quite genius, Call Me Sasha by Gina Lee. And because my name is Sasha and it's spelled the same way too. So yeah, getting rid of that. It's like a Secret Confessions of Australian Call Girl, my true story. This was also for that Sasha prompt, Sasha vlog. Now these last 4 books I have here are books that I'm getting rid of. Probably because I'm never going to read them. 3 of them are thrillers, and I mostly will probably listen to thrillers anyway. So we've got Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan. We've got The Girl Before and Believe Me by J.P. Delaney. I like these covers, but I'm just not going to read them. And then last but not least, I have the international edition of Fury Born by Claire Legrand. I really enjoyed this book, don't get me wrong. But I don't think I'm going to find the same editions of the 2 sequels. So, and I just saw that Big W has all 3 books in the same height for $12 each. So I'm probably just going to go out and grab them instead. Okay, that was over 50 books. I'm not going to pick them up. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below, you know, that like the first part of this video where I'm like, should I keep this book? Please let me know. And then yeah, if you want these prompt questions, I will put them in the description box. So if you want to do your own unhaul, definitely go for it. It feels so good letting go of crap from your past. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. I am doing 12 days of Bookmas, so you will see me again tomorrow. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.